Welcome back, team. Here we are. We're actually at my house now. We're a week out, 1 week out from going on the dyno. So I'm just digging in the hours when I can, fixing up a bunch of wiring. I'm doing new intercooler piping and little silicone joiners, extending some wiring, changing a little bit of where the Mac Union was sitting, and got a vent for it now. A couple of people pointed out in the videos that our little Mac Union didn't have the vent on it, so brought one of those. And yeah, we're just going to get into a bunch of servicing. So we're getting track ready. So we're going to be changing spark plugs, checking the condition of the old ones. We're going to be doing new oil, new filter, new coolant, new clamps. Clamps are super important now that we've got the Garrett G30 on there, because we're going to be pushing much higher boost. So we want to make sure that this thing's intercooler piping stays on. We don't want anything popping off on the dyno, because that's just a nightmare to deal with when you just want to see that thing boosting. Yeah, so here's what I mean by the new clamps on the intercooler piping. So we're going for the T-style clamps instead of these wind-on ones, because these wind-on ones are actually terrible. And Ruben will tell you, on the dyno, he is running two of these because he was double clamping because they won't come off. So I've just gone to the local shop, brought a couple of these T-style clamps, and we're going to be doing that with all the intercooler piping. And we're going to strip off this rail soon here that's holding in all these coils. And we're going to get these spark plugs out. Here's the Mac Union I was talking about. So we just need to put a little vent in the top there. I'm going to mount it on the body. And then we're going to get all that plumbed up. And once I've done the oil change, we're going to go for a start. So I've added a bit of the Funk Motorsport heat reflective tape to that silicon elbow there. So hopefully that's far enough away from the Synco manifold. Now I've just got to mock up the next silicon hose there, and I've actually gone and got some parts. So I've got a new silicon hose that I'm going to put in place. I just got to kind of match it to that shape. Might have to cut a little bit off each end just to get it to fit properly.
Timo.
So we've got Josh on the tools, one of our mates from many years ago, but we've also got some really good clamps now for our radiator lines. And yeah, so running these clamps will eliminate any leaks, hopefully, is what we're trying to do. So we've got a bunch of clamps that we're going to be installing today. Josh has turned up with the goods, and now he's helping install all our intercooler piping. What a man!
Drinking his beers.
Drinking my beers, classic. We won't be putting beers radiator this time. We're going to be putting coolant in, but hopefully we can get this up and running soon. We're just going to change the oil. Like I said, we're doing a full track check on this, so we're checking every bolt, every corner of this car is going to get a full look over, and we are going to have it on the dyno this Saturday, so it needs to be perfect. I can't have anything going wrong. I know things do go wrong in the dyno, but things that I know are wrong now, I'm going to have fixed. So here, right, we're about to put some coolant in here. So we've got those new hoses on, new clamps. Josh is busy working away. Little thing that he's trying to work on here. What's he got?
Fuck all. Not gonna work.
That's the classic TR Racing. Fuck all, not gonna work, and we make it work anyway. So pulled out the R35 bracket and all the coils. So now just going to take the spark plugs out one by one, inspect them and have a look. But always before you take them out, make sure you get rid of the debris that sits down inside there. Whatever you've got, screwdriver and a rag or a blower unit, something to get rid of all that so nothing falls down in there is a key tip. Huge effort last night on the race car, and it was much needed too, because we are on the dyno in 2 days. So big push, got heaps done, but there's still more to do. Drift car prep never sleeps, so let's keep going. Big shout out to Josh yesterday. He also now has come on board as a new sponsor for us, and he's sponsoring us all our consumables. So oils, filters, anything you can think of, coolants, liquids, the whole lot. So epic. Awesome to have him on board, and he's such a good mate of mine as well, so it's cool to be in business together there and supporting the race car, supporting our dreams of TR Racing making it to the big time. Ha! One day. Anyway, I'm going to get the oil filter off and I'm going to replace that out. I've got some new parts on the bench there. I've also got to get the fuel filter out over there. Got a new one of those. And then we're going to go for a start. So I got the new gasket on the sump plug and got a new oil filter there. So I'll just install these now. So I got the old spark plugs out as well. These are just cheapies. But now that we're going to be running high boost, you know, 17 to 25 kind of rating, we need to get rid of these cheap spark plugs and go for these iridium ones. Much better quality, last longer, provide a lot more spark, and actually provide a lot more spark at a lower voltage. So you can see I've got a bit of copper coat on these. Don't know who it was, probably Ruben. I blame him. But man, he done them up tight. Holy shit, Arnold Schwarzenegger was on those. So you do not need to do spark plugs super tight. They will not fly out. Just do them to their spec that they need to be done to.
Who talks spark plugs?
Oh, fuck. There'll be some haters on the channel that will say, did you talk the spark plugs? You just whinge that Ruben done them too tight. I know. But no, you should talk spark plugs because people tend to over tighten them, and then next time you try and take them out, Arnold Schwarzenegger's been in there and you snap the plug and then your day's finished. So talk your spark plugs. Now, yeah, just 5 of them, eh? Gonna extend the boost solenoid. That wire in there doesn't quite reach our plug anymore, so just gonna snip it, rejoin, tidy it all up, and tuck it under the guard, make it look professional. Now, our engine's a little bit different, being a front-facing plenum on this one, so the dipstick's a little bit harder to find, but tucked down in here. So always before you start your engine, check that you've got the right amount of oil on that dipstick, check that nothing's leaking underneath, your oil filter's tight. Always wipe your oil surfaces down as well, so you know if you've developed a new leak. So get everything nice and clean before you want to go for a start. Obviously we'll be taking this out, we'll put the cap back on, we'll check the oil level first, so it might need a little bit more oil because this is a special one. It's got a baffled extended sump, so this actually holds closer to 9 litres, this one. Haven't got the radiator cap on yet, so I'll have to go sort that out. Hey, I'm super surprised it's actually idling. That's a win. Yeah, sweet. So now just got to wait until it gets up to temperature and I can slowly bleed out of that radiator. Yeah, we're at that point now where the water's quite hot, so you would have seen me just tipping some water in there. That's pretty much boiling water as well. I've got that straight out of the jug, so yeah, definitely don't put cold water straight into your radiator like that. That is definitely not cold, so make sure all the air bubbles are coming out. Once they are and it's hot, steaming like that, pretty happy, chuck the cap on, let it idle for a little bit longer, then shut it down. One of the key takeaways from bleeding the radiator like that is make sure you hear the fans click on at least a couple of times. That means you've hit your operating temperature. The fans will kick in, your thermostat should be open, and that's when all your water will be circulating. So when that happens, normally the fans will actually kick in, the thermostat will open, it will drag a bunch of liquid down out of the radiator, and that's when I went in there with the hot water and I topped up the radiator. So yeah, a couple of times let that happen, and as you can see, I've got the cap back on now. And I'll just let that idle away for a bit longer. Make sure I check the coolant temperature in the car on the can gauge. Yeah, so sitting around that low 80s, perfect. Fans doing what they're meant to do. And that's the cooling system all but bled up on the RB. Another job done. So thanks for following us along on this journey. The car is fully serviced now. I mean, we didn't do the gearbox or diff because we had just done that before the last event, and we put the flash shockproof oil in the gearbox. That doesn't need changing. I've actually checked that. Still looks perfect. And the diff oil, yeah, it's diff oil. I mean, it's a lock diff I got done as well, so I wasn't interested in changing it this time around. Maybe after a couple more events we might look at the gearbox and the diff, but this time around it was all the fluids that he's seeing, the filters that got done. And I also took it outside there and bled up the coolant, and I couldn't help myself but give it a little bit of a water blast. I couldn't get the tyre slap off the side of the car though, so that's going to be staying. What I can use to get that off, but I mean, how far do you go? I mean, end of the day it's a drift car, right? So who cares? Tyre slap, you're going to get that on the next event again anyway, so you'll be forever cleaning the thing. And I mean, it's not $1,000,000 looking car, is it? It's just a Basher Skyline that we enjoy sending it on the track, so it doesn't have to look too pretty. I will put the indicator back in on one side, and I vacuumed it out. You know, general tidiness is cool, but end of the day, it is what it is. And thanks for following along. It's been awesome to have you here, and we're going to see you real soon. Getting excited because in 2 days we're on that dyno, and we're going to have heaps more footage for you guys coming out.